As a progressive Muslim, my journey was 9/11. I think that was a turning point for many of the Muslims in America in particular. For me, it was a gut-wrenching exercise. I decided conscientiously, and I remember it like it was yesterday, where I said to myself, okay, I got to relearn Islam. And in the process of doing it, if I leave Islam, so be it. If I become closer to Islam, then so be it. And what I discovered was that the Quran that I was reading and the interpretation of that Quran, that sacred text, I found it to be more liberating. I found that the Islam that I was raised in is this small, right? And I think we all were raised in whatever faith tradition in a small little box. And everybody, and if in Malaysia they teach you a particular strand of Islam, and in Afghanistan and Iran and wherever it is that you go, everyone teaches that political system, that religious institution, only wants to teach you this particular, to fit you in that box. I'm 50 years old. I know I don't look it, but 25 years ago, Islam was not crazy like the way it is now. I can tell you that. Trust me on that one. Now, in LA, you don't say that because that means you don't trust someone when they say that. But we're in a Christian environment, spiritual. 25 years ago, Islam was not crazy the way it is now. And it's going to take us another 25 years to dismantle that. And a lot of that has to do with the influence of Saudi money. Here in the United States, what used to be mosques where families could intermingle socially, it was not segregated. Now women have to enter through the back door, right? It's this severe segregation that the Saudi interpretation of Islam has really permeated the mainstream thinking of Muslims, which is really problematic. And so you have this, and what's the first thing that goes in this is the arts. God forbid you're into music, because you know what, music, there is a spiritual path in music. And as a songwriter, musician, I totally get that. That's where God resonates for me, is in the music. And you look at the Taliban, the first thing they do is destroy the arts. They destroy the Buddhist statues. You go to Nigeria, the first thing they did was burn all the old texts and any art form. It's so, I cannot explain to you how angry that makes me. But this rigidity comes from a place of ignorance, comes from a place of insecurity, comes from a place that when you're not secure with your own faith, you think everybody else is going to hell because you're right. And it's not just religion. These are people who tend to be very opinionated as well. It's like, I'm right, you're wrong. It's because they're not secure about sharing ideas.